Looks like the facade of any India China friendship is now over, but we let Shine and other brands in partnership with Reliance. I'm not sure about that, but okay. Did the government do good by not approving the BYD investment? But then, what about the Chinese needing the Indian market? They must have a good plan and option since they've decided to finally openly resume to show hostility, at least in the UN and on social media. Anyway, it's clear that we are in the Western camp for the first time since independence. Ho ho! What's the way forward? We are, when it comes to China, we are now on the Western camp, clearly. And the West will have been told by us that you keep out of the India Pakistan matter. Let us deal with Pakistan. You tell the Pakistanis to tone it down. Otherwise, we're gonna be very harsh on them. And don't pressure us. If you want us to be on your side vis-a-vis China, you got to stay out of the Pakistan matter and let us deal with it. That'll be the deal, and that's why Trump is staying out of it. Very clearly staying out of it. Very openly staying out of it. Now, the past year or so, the Chinese have been trying to be friends with us. I am personally aware of the Chinese attempts to be friends with us. Um, so, uh, and then there's been some actual action on the ground. Uh, in 2020, there was the Doklam incident. 20 Indian troops died at the hands of the Chinese, and about 100 Chinese troops died in the same fight. Um, Ever since then, the two nations have been engaged in this very tense standoff in the Himalayan heights along the undemarcated India-Tibet border, Chinese-occupied Tibet, and soldiers standing in incredibly high altitudes, 8,000 meters at times. If you go to Ladakh, it's hard to walk for most people. You know, um, i- there's very little oxygen up there in those heights, and you have soldiers who have to carry equipment and all. So it's very grueling, very difficult, and hundreds of thousands of soldiers on both sides staring each other down from close range. That's the situation. That's what the situation was like. The past 1 year, there's been, one could say, significant disengagement from both sides, so that the tensions have come down, the temperature has come down, patrolling uh, has resumed in the old style in the old areas and all that. And yeah, the hostilities have come down. The possibility of something going really badly wrong between the two nations has also come down. But at the same time, the Chinese are doubling down on infrastructure on their side of the border. So it's not like, so the close proximity standoff is gone, but the Chinese are, entrenching themselves and uh, enhancing their military infrastructure on the Tibet side of the border. So it's not like all is well. The Kailash Mansarovar Yatra will resume soon. So there are some so-called confidence building measures and all. And the Chinese, they, they probably did this because they could sense that the Western markets were soon going to be a thing of the past for them. They would no longer have access to it, and that's precisely what's happened with the tariffs that Trump has imposed on them. So the Chinese probably thought that we would like to have access to the Indian market, and if we, show signs of friendship, then that could happen. So if we lose the access to the Western and European markets and the American market, then we can have access to the Indian market, and we can keep exporting to the Indians. That probably was a scenario that they were trying to uh, make happen. But now, with whatever has happened now, they have chosen to stand on the side of Pakistan. So that's the end of that. That's the end of the so-called India-China rapprochement that supposedly was happening. I don't see that happening anymore. Um, I'm not sure about Shine or whatever it is who has come in. We can always ask them to leave if that's the case. And I'm not sure about the BYD investment either. I've not really looked into those matters, so I cannot answer your question. But big picture, macro perspective, the India-China rapprochement is now a thing of the past, clearly.